here, we said we stopped at okay, we're trying to summarize macros and tracing dependencies. So we said macros are like giving Excel an instruction, giving Excel a step to replicate on another worksheet using a shortcut. That's simple, yeah. Then dependencies are used to trace what cells contribute to a particular cell and what cells depend on a particular cell. That's simple. So now for the next one, we'll be doing macros, precedence, and dependence. Let me just give us a brief explanation of what if analysis. Okay, okay, your hands are raised. Come here.
Okay, yeah, sorry. So for this precedence and dependence now, is in a straight line. Is it possible to see if the cells are like, should I say scattered?
So let's say I'm with you, ma.
Okay, or does it always have to be in a straight line?
It necessarily does not have to be on a straight line. Let's try that. I just say this plus this. Is this what you mean? Something like this arranging, or something like this arranging?
So pick something from these cells up.
Okay.
Or it can't.
Then I would have to remove. I think I can remove the arrows now, right?
Yes, you can.
So let me just remove that. Let me say something from here and one from here, right?
Yes.
Okay, so
Yeah.
let's say I have it here. I can just do equals this plus maybe this. Let's use this first, an example. Then. So I want to trace dependence for this one. So precedence for this one. That what you mean?
Yes.
So
Oh,
it is
thank
very
you.
possible. Yeah. Well,
Okay.
so now,
Thank you.
yeah. Let's try if we can also see for this. Meaning this D2 F2 contributes to H2, while H2 C11 contributes to J15. That's it. So, Madam Faith, you're welcome to class. You have to move us. Can we go on? Or do you have a question? You have something to say? Okay, please. I think we'll just have to continue. Then one thing we mentioned for macros is not using. One thing we mentioned for macros is not using a key that already has an assigned function in Excel. Example, not using X, C, B, P, S like that, because they already have assigned functions in Excel. But we can use something like O, I, K, J, M like that. So, and it is better we use something we can easily remember. Yeah, so now we said we're going to okay, I said I want to give a brief explanation of what if analysis. So what if analysis is just like it says, or like it depicts in English, what if this? Let's say I am a company, or I own a company where we make 1 billion in profits. So what if I want to increase my profits? What do I do? What if I want to increase my profits? What do I do? What if I want to reduce salary or increase salary? What do I do that would give me the what would I say now? Is it the scenario I want, or that would give me the results I want? Yeah, so types of what if analysis. What if analysis, we have goal seek, we have data table, we have what if analysis, scenario manager. But we'll do all of this in next class. We'll do all of this in next class. I'm just trying to give us an heads up, an explanation on what it is. I hope this class, we don't have a third session. Hopefully, we'll finish it up in this section. So we don't take much of our time. It's almost an hour already. So yeah, that's what if analysis. Okay, I want this as a result. I want this as okay. I am selling. Let me say I'm selling chargers or I'm selling gadgets. I'm selling gadgets now, and I want to sell at least 1,000 pieces in a week. What do I do? We can use what if analysis to analyze that. Like, okay, if I do this, if I meet with people, if I give them discounts, if I sell like buy five, get one, that kind of thing, it would make me sell 1,000 piece of gadgets within a week. And let's say, okay, I'm selling gadgets now, but my sales is not really improving. It is not really encouraging. And I want to make, let me say, 500,000 in a month or in a week, or regardless of the duration. What do I do? Excel can tell me maybe I will just have to, set my price to this, reduce profits, or reduce sales price, go to a particular market to buy at a cheaper rate, but they sell quality goods like that. But Excel will not tell you to go to a particular place. So I'm just using it as an example. So Excel will tell me this, I would have to reduce or increase price, or I would have to, sell this particular number of gadgets in a day if I want to meet that target. That's simple. Or I want to see if I do a thing or if I do some things, what would be the resultant effect? That is what if analysis is meant for. What if analysis is meant to, depict or show a particular result I want using some analytical tools like Scenario Manager, Go Seek, and the likes. So Power Query is a very broad topic on its own, because you can use Power Query here in Excel, you can use it in Power BI more extent. A Power Query is just like an extensive analysis tool. Yeah, an extensive analysis tool. It is a word on its own. You can do a whole lot. You can clean, you can create columns, calculated columns, you can append, you can merge tables, you can delete rows, everything we are doing on Excel, we can do it on Power Query. So that's why we are not treating it today, because even for the whole of this class, we cannot finish Power Query. Yeah, so that is that. Power Query is an advanced analytical tool. The only thing is, I think we don't visualize it. No, visualizing with Power Query is not possible. But we can do cleaning, transformation, loading. We can do mention it a number of things using Power Query. So that is Power Query. For regression and forecasting, that one is I'm not even sure we'll do it in next class. But let's see, what's our next class? Okay, we'll be doing these two, this SLAZA and sharing protection today. So next class we'll just start. Okay, we'll do what if analysis next class. We'll do regression and forecasting before dashboard, and Power Query might be with class 8. What do we have with class 8? Creating dashboards. All right. Well, regardless, let's continue. So now, I don't know which one comes first. Creating slicer timelines, sharing protection. Creating slicers now. Let's do creating slicers. Creating slicer. What do I mean? A slicer. Like the English itself. I have a loaf of bread and I want to slice them into like 5. Okay, no, that does not work. But the same way slice mean, like slice, what does slice mean? English term. Slice, to have a portion of something in a number of portions. Slice, cut, slice through. But this one, it is based on duration. We can even do it on anything. Let's do. So slicer is a great way to generate the list of data to be shown. A great way to generate the list of data to be shown across a data range or across a data set. Let me say I want to see records for, okay, no, now I own a fashion boutique and I want to see records for female shirts. Yeah, I can slice through my data sets for only records on female shirts through maybe Q2 of a particular year. Like, oh yeah, that's good. Let's use that sales. But I don't know. I no longer have this original sales data. Oh, okay, sorry. This is it. There is a particular one I was looking for actually, and I can't find it. Well, I love my data set to be centralized, so I'm happy. My row header is always good. So I can save. Let me apply my filter. Now, what do we have here? Exactly like I said, I can slice for female shirts. This particular data set now, this particular company, they sell cars. Okay, classic cars, motorcycles. Let's just say transportation tools. Classic cars, motorcycles, plane ships, trains, trucks, buses, vintage cars. Now, I want to see for classic cars only. Instead of me, one thing is Slicer is an advanced filter. That was why I treated filters first. Slicing is an advanced filter, but in a more advanced or a more complex way. It is not hard, it is not complex. Now I want to see classic cars alone for Q2 of, where is it? Q2 of 20, what was it? Of 2004. This one now, it will not give me an accurate result. It would most likely not give me an accurate result. This one is giving me just 442 records. But if you look at it now, wait. Did I say classic cars alone? Was it classic cars? Yes, classic cars. Well, I selected Q2. Oh, I didn't select. Okay, it's giving me 66 records. So this one I would only give me the record. This is more like an AND operation. Only if the quarter is Q2, the year is 2004, and the products are classic cars, that it would give me all of these records. I don't know if you understand. Please, if I am taking it too far, let's bring me back. This one is more like, we said AND operators would give us true if all the conditions stated are met. Now, what are the conditions? My quarter should be Q2, the year should be year 2004, and the product should be classic cars. These three has to be true before it would give me the result I want. Now, this is true, 2. This is true, 2004. This is true, classic cars. If I scroll down till eternity, sorry, to the end, it will give me the same thing. Classic cars, 2004, Q2. Classic cars, 2004, Q2. But now I want to see every record, regardless of the year, regardless of the quarter, but I want to see it for classic cars, regardless of the year, regardless of the quarter. Or that is where my slicer can come in. That is where my slicer now comes in. Now let's remove our filters and go to it. What else did I filter? Okay. So how do I apply my filter? First of all, before anything, if I want to, sorry, how do I apply my slicer? If I want to insert a slicer, I would have to make sure my data set is prepared, like it has been, how would I put it now? I've already prepared my data for what I want to do. So my data has to be in a table format, in rows and columns, in rows and columns. This is already in rows and columns, but let's make it more appealing. I need Control T. Control T, create table. control table, yeah, anything. So now it's already selected the range for me. Excel thinks I want to work with this data settings, highlighted everything for me. So I just have to click OK. Or I go to insert. No, I go to insert table. No, let's undo this. I can go to insert, then insert table. It's selected. So it is either I go to insert table, or I just do Control C straight. Anyway, if you like stress, go to insert. If you don't like stress, do anything. So now you would see that if I Control Z it, there is nothing like table design here. But when I did Control C, this tab came up. This is what we call contextual tab. Contextual? Yeah, contextual tab. Like it came up because of the particular because of the activity I carried out. Because I created a table, now I have a table design tab, which can allow me edit my table anyhow. So I can either decide this, I can decide this, I can decide anything I want, anything at all. Let's do this. So now for my table design, it is now in a table format. Yeah, now my insert slicer came up. I can now insert my slicer. I'll just click on the slicer. Now it is showing me the old fields I have, like the old record. When we say field, or let's say field, yeah, when we say field, it's showing us the headers, most likely the first rows. So what do I want to slice with? Now I want to slice with what do you slice with at first? I think we slice with, where is it? Quarter. Where's quarter? Oh yeah, quarter ID. The slice with quarter ID. I can create a slicer for quarter ID. I can create a slicer for what's it again? Quarter ID for status. What's the status here? Okay. Status, yeah, shipped, cancelled, like that. I can create a slicer for status. I can create a slicer for even year. Yeah, year. I can create a slicer for anything at all. I can create for city too, meaning, okay, what records of people bought this particular product from this particular city. So with that, I can know the city that purchases more. I can know where to channel my energy into, so I can have more profit. A major benefit of business is to make profits. Though that's not the only reason for a business, but making profits is also a benefit for a business. So if I am not making profits, there is no need employing an analyst. There's no need looking for what is not lost. In fact, there's no need doing business if I don't have the intention of making money. Yeah. So with all of this, you can tell me, I can pick insights and give recommendations that if I do this, if I do this, if I do that, it would move this particular product, it would move this particular business, and it would give me a better result. Now, I am creating slicer with just my status, my quarter ID, my year, my city. Okay. Now, I have my sliders. Now, I have my sliders. Oh, our city is more strong. Will you change it? Will you change this? I think we should have just done, what's it called instead? Where's my slicer? I think we should have just done, let me use, instead of city, let's use states. But I feel we have more states. Okay, so state is better. Let's delete this. I select it. I click my delete. Now I have my states. But how do I use this? How do I use this? This now, would it work here? I'm not so sure, but let's try it out. There's no harm in trying. Now I want to see for I want to see records for the status that was cancelled. What do? I click on cancelled. You would see that every other thing, every other thing like went off here. Like I cannot click there. It is giving me empty. How do I clear filter? Cancel. Now, when I clicked on cancel status, meaning I only have cancelled in year 2004 and year 2003, Q2 and 4 of that year, and I only have cancelled in states New York and blank. This is what it means. Now you would see, looking at this place, it already selected the amount of records I have that are cancelled. Looking at this place, it already selected the amount of records I have that are cancelled, meaning now it is telling me whatever status that was cancelled, I cannot find a particular order in maybe California now, CA, that was cancelled because there is no record. I cannot find a sale or an order in year 2005 that was cancelled, meaning there was no cancelled status in year 2005. For Q1 and Q3, there is no cancelled status. This is what it means. Now, a better use of our sliders is on our dashboard. A better use of our sliders on your dashboard, because I cannot present this to stakeholders now and they rate me well because it is I cannot present this to stakeholders now because it would, what does it say? It is it's on something. And if they want to view, maybe they want to view this now, I would have to start dragging and dropping here and there and there. So it is better applied on my dashboard. Now, for the one we did with filter, we did for quarter. Okay, how do I remove, before we go further, how do I remove a kind of slicer? A slicer, how do I remove a slicer? Like what I have filtered out, how do I remove it? I come here, this filter. You see, we said it's an advanced filter here. So, and we have this filter icon on it. So I just click on it. Now I have all my records back. But now I want to see records for year 2005 in Q3 from California, and the status are shipped. It is very simple. I'll just come here, click my 2005. Oh, there was no sales in Q4. So I just say 2005, Q1, shipped, and from California. How many records? I have 74. 74 records. This one is showing and this one is giving and operators because it has to be from California, it has to be in Q1, it has to be shipped, and it has to be in 2005. That is why I have 74 records. If I should go through them, where are they? Let's check. If I should go through them now, California, where states? Quarter ID. If you look at my quarter ID, I have one all true. If you look at my year, I have 2005 all true. If you look at my status, where's the status? You see why I said I cannot present this, because it is on another thing. Now I have to be bringing and dragging and drop. For my status, I have all shipped. My quarter, I have Q1. My year, I have year 2005. So the best use of this is just on order. How do I clear filters? I clear this. If I have cleared this, meaning it is showing me records for shipped Q1, California, irrespective of the year, any of the year. I clear this now. It is showing me for shipped and California. I clear this. It is showing me record for shipped only. Then I clear this. I have my old record back. I have my old record back. Is any question so far? Question, subtraction, addition, anything at all? Please, I want to hear from us now. Please, let's see.
Question from my end.
Sorry?
I said no questions from my end here.
All right, Madam.
Sorry, am I the only one that can't hear? It's like you're speaking on mute.
I said I want to hear from us question, answer, sorry, question, observation, recommendation, subtraction, anything.
I'm struggling to hear. Oh, your voice is very, very low.
I said I want to hear from us. Maybe you have a question, you have an addition, you have a subtraction. Am I clear?
Okay, I have no question and I have no addition.
All right, so we're moving forward to um what next? That should be protection and sharing. A minute, let me see. I want to check if we're not missing out anything. So a minute, please.
All you need is this. You are speaking on mute.
Oh, sorry. So we're yet to do our timeline. Let me. So I think it should creating slides and timelines, but then we would have to have a pivot table. Can we quickly do pivots? Let's quickly create a pivot and insert our slides and timeline through it. So let's just insert what's the so yeah. What can I do? Let's say we have sales, we have just for each year. Then my sum of sales of no. There should be sum of sales for each year. Yeah. Let's format this to currency. I can do my sales by status, count of sales then. So this. Oh, Jesus. I don't want us to come back. For my year. Okay, good. So for this now, I can bring in my slide as a where is it? Okay. What I have to do is Control X. From here. Now, how do I create a timeline? How do I create a timeline? I would, I would click on any of my pivot charts, any of my pivot tables, sorry, any of my pivot table. We said something when we did this our table. We said we had a contextual tab. Same way for our pivot tables. Pivot tables. When I create a pivot table, I have pivot table analyze as as a contextual tab, and I have it designed as a contextual tab too. So for my timeline, I can create sliders from here too. That's when I am not creating from my tables. I can create timeline sliders and timeline from my pivot tables. How do I do that? Just navigate to my pivot table and analyze contextual tab. I come here, filters. You see, it is an advanced filter. So I have filters. I can insert slicer from here, and I can start timeline from here. But timeline now just has to do with dates. That is why I have no other records. That's why I have no other field name or row header here, but the one that has dates. So I'll just select my dates. Then I have OK. Now, timeline shows particular records across a period. It shows a particular record across a period. Now I have, this is for 2005. I have December like that. What if I want to show now let's say I'm on my dashboard now, and I want to show I want to show record for only March of 2004. Let's select it. So it slides through. Yeah, when I selected this, you would notice, let me see if it's changed truly, or it's just my face. Sorry, or it's just my eyes. Yeah, you see that it's changed. When I selected March 2004, let's look at this. You would see everything changes. So let's say March 2004. Now it is only giving me for 2004 of March because my timeline specified that. How do I clear it off? Same way I clear off my slicer. I click here to clear it off. So my creating slicer, creating timeline, I can easily create them from my pivot table by clicking on my contextual pivot table analyze tab. Then I go to my filter pane. I select either slicer or timeline, anyone I want to. Then I select my filter, what I want to filter by. I select the records I want to filter by. And we said timeline only filters using dates because it filters across specified periods. Meanwhile, with slicer, we can filter with anything at all. So if I want to clear my slicer or my filter, I just have to click the filter light icon that is on each one. That cancels it. So that's that on slicer and timeline. We'll be going further to protection, file protection. File protection, let's say I have this data set and I want to share it with a particular, maybe as the analyst now, I want to share it with the sales department. Yeah, sales department. And I want them to only be able to do a particular thing. If they want to do anything apart from that, they would have to request an access from me. That is protection. How do I do it? It is protection. So now, how do I do that? This is my data. Now, deal with this. I don't need it here. So how do I do that? How do I protect my worksheets? How do I protect my worksheets? How do I protect my worksheets? Minutes. It's very simple. Like I go to my review tab and I see my protect sheets, protect workbook. So I can either protect all of the sheets in this workbook that is on a workbook level. I click this. But if I want to protect this particular sheet, meaning on this particular sheet, so this is where I have my all important information. I don't want you to tamper with it. I don't want you to do anything. But on other sheets, they are less important because there are nothing there. There is nothing there. But you see this one, it is the engine of this workbook. But I want to protect this. That is where I have my work protect sheets. That's where I have protect sheets. Now I can input a password that they would have to request access from me. Let's say I used 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me know. Okay, let's just use 1, 2, 3, 4. Protect worksheets and content of locked cells. Allow all users of this workbook to. Then I can select what I want them to do. I only want them to maybe format cells. I don't want them to select. I want them to select unlocked cells. I don't want them to select locked cells. I don't want them to format. I don't want them to insert columns. Sorry, allow all users. I want them to select. I want them to format. I don't want them to insert. I would uncheck it. I want them to format rows. I don't want them to insert rows. I would unselect. I don't want them to format columns. I would unselect. I want them to sort. Yes. I want them to use pivot table and pivot charts. Now, this one is a sales department person have nothing to do with pivot table and pivot charts, only if I explain to them and tell them what to do, you get. So let's just say I want them to perform the checklist. All I have to do is click OK. Then we enter password to proceed. It's not a thing. Enter. That's it. Now, if I share this thing with somebody now, okay, now let's say, oh yeah, I will try that. I would save this and share with us. If we can access it without the password, then that means the protection is invalid. But then if we are unable to access it without a password, it means it is very, 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 very valid. And with that, it means I can actually protect either my worksheet or my workbook as a whole from restricting users to perform tasks. So let's see, less than 2 minutes. So let's see what else. So that's that on creating. So that's that on protecting. We'll talk of sharing before we dive into what if analysis in the next class. Any question, any addition before the class goes off?
No question from me.
All right, thank you so much for staying, and I would send in the link before the day runs out. Thank you so much. Mr. Anonymous, from you.
Yeah, the protection. I think it should even be protected on your own side too. I think if you should close this file and you try to open it again, I think you need
Yeah,
to request for the password.
it will request for password, yes. Unless I
Yeah,
unprotect, yeah.
yes, yes.
So if I want to
Um,
unprotect, it is just very simple. That same review tab, and I just click on unprotect sheets. Very simple. Any other thing? Exactly. Oh, Mr. Anonymous.
yes, it's clean.
All right, guys. So see you next class, Wednesday, 9 p.m., where we talk about what if analysis, Power Query, and if possible, forecasting and regression. So see you next class. Thank you. Bye. Have a great week. Good night.
Thank you. Bye.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Bye.
Bye.